I feel, especially my generation, what happens is once we reach a certain age, maybe even younger, our parents, the ones who have the ability to, are sent abroad to join a club or join a school that offers football as well. So in that situation, the Kenyan coaches only can pick from the pool of players within Kenya that they can see.
Oi, mambo vipi sasa, inakuaje? Kama kawa Tiki Taka show, maskani ambapo tutakuletea story kali kutoka kwa wanaspoti ambao unawakubali. Wale ambao wanafanya vizuri leo, wale ambao walifanya vizuri jana, na wale ambao tunaona kwamba kesho mambo yatakuwa mazuri. Au vipi? Na big up kwako wewe ambao una subscribe, wewe ambao unatufollow, wewe ambao unatupia comment, wewe ambao una like. Big up sana, shukran sana. Na leo nimekaa na dogo wangu fulani hapa. Najua ni mgeni kwa macho ya wengi, lakini ni mmoja wa wachezaji wetu ambao wanacheza nje. Au vipi? Utaweza kumjua, utaweza kumsikia, na utaweza kumuelewa. Maana nataka ujiintroduce kwa Kiswahili bwana.
Sawa. Kwa majina naitwa OCHIENG. Niko na miaka 21. Nacheza Netherlands kwa timu inaitwa CSV Apeldoorn. Nimecheza mpira 14 years. Napenda mpira of course, so leo tutaongea naye. Tutapata tu vile tutaendelea. Yeah.
Which is your best position?
Best position I'd say is number 10.
Okay.
I've been preferring to play center forward. I don't know. I call it the backup role. Just behind the striker. Because I feel like I don't particularly do well inside the box, but I have the passes and the vision, I'd say, yeah. So I prefer the number 10 role, just behind the striker. But then I can also play striker if I need to.
For how long have you been in Netherlands?
For 2 years now. I went in September of 2021. And coming up, so this will be, yeah, this month is we'll make it 2 years. And yeah, it's been good. Being a foreign country isn't easy, but I like it. I like it, you know, I can advance my football and hopefully make it so that I can open doors for other people as well. But
so you've come for, what brings you to Kenya now?
We had a family event, and because I had an off weekend where I had no match, I spoke to my parents and they're like, hey, you can come for a few days, you can do the family event and then you can travel back before your next league game. Okay.
So you are allowed even from the team?
Yeah, you know, I ask for permission from the team, the coach, the team, and once I get the clearance, I can travel, and then I can attend and then go back. Yeah.
Okay, on your team, tell me, how are your stats?
My personal stats, for the last year I played 26 games. I got 11 assists and I got 11 goals and 12 assists.
Okay.
So personally on my end, I felt like it was a good first year with the team.
Okay.
And I think they were happy with me from the way we spoke at the end of the season, because we had a end of season meeting.
Okay.
And the coach was happy. The people above were happy with the performance.
Okay.
So I feel on my end it was a good impression for the first year.
Okay. Yeah. And for how long will you be in that team?
Hopefully not so long, because I want to move higher and higher.
Okay.
But as of now, it's been a year, so maybe another year I'll be there for another year. Then I'm hoping that by the end of next year I've played well enough to get offers from higher teams that can guarantee me senior team level games constantly. So then hopefully the only way is up from there. That's what I'm hoping for here.
Tell me, how is Netherlands league?
It's very, compared to the level I played in Kenya, it's very challenging. It's a different dynamic completely, because it's very position and possession based. So coming from the league I played in, where we required a lot of power, running power and strength, going there you rarely have contact with the other player, because the movement off the ball and on the ball is totally different to what you do here. So it was a totally different challenge, and admittedly first I struggled, but over time, the more games you play, the training games, practice games, friendlies, and the leagues, you just start learning. So I'd say, compared to the league I played in here, it was totally different, but I liked it. I liked the challenge, yeah.
John,
Yeah.
how is your family?
My family is happy. They're happy. I said they're happy with the football the way it is. They're supportive. I'd say all of them are supportive in their own ways. But predominantly my dad, it's normally, if anybody is to see me outside doing football, they'd see me and my dad.
Okay.
So my mom and my brother, they support me when they can, when they have time, but mainly when you see me outside playing anywhere, it will be me and my dad. So I'd say they're supportive. They really see that this is a potential career path. And I feel, blessed with it, because I have friends who were from the same class of people, but their parents don't support them. Their parents are like, go get a traditional job, go get a degree in university and do engineering, law, medicine, but they want to do football. So on my end, always I'm usually sitting down and tell myself, you're very lucky that your dad can take time out of his day and come watch you, take you to the field, tell you give you feedback on your game, help you train at home, So yeah, it's very comforting to know that your family is supporting you in football.
And I know it's a journey. Football is a journey.
Yeah.
How has your journey been? Where did all this start?
Actually, it started at Ligi Ndogo. Yeah.
Oh, you're part of Ligi Ndogo?
Yeah. So my dad, I'm assuming he passed it one day as he was going to work or something. So people playing. So one Saturday when I was about 7, he took me to the field. We joined playing, my brother and I. He joined the lower class, I joined the under 7s. And yeah, it's, ever since then we've just been playing Ligi Ndogo. I was in the Planets for Ligi Ndogo. I ended up becoming captain for the Planets.
Okay.
We had tournaments abroad, tournaments here.
You traveled with them?
Yeah, we had Gothia Youth World Cup. Yeah, so we played at them. We also had a tournament in Tanzania. I think it's the Arusha International Cup, something like that. And then we also had the local East African tournament that they host in August. So yeah, it started at Ligi Ndogo. Then around 2016, 2017, we chose to move out. We moved to Elite Soccer Club because it was near our house as well. So I played there for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And then that's when I moved to a team called Rafsa. I've played at Rafsa and also had a mix between Rafsa and Kesa.
Kesa Soccer Academy?
Yeah, Kesa Soccer Academy. So I played games for both at different times. But then before I moved abroad to the team I play for called CSV Apeldoorn in Netherlands, I played in the Rafsa in the league in Kenya up until September 2021. Then I moved to Netherlands. So yeah.
So how did it happen for you to go to Netherlands?
So the Netherlands, it was more of because I was coming up to finish my Form 4 in 2019. We started looking at options abroad to see whether I can do football abroad or do it in Kenya. So while looking around, we found academy in Netherlands, Global Football Academy. So once I did my KCSE in 2019, we got the visa and everything to travel in 2020. But then unfortunately COVID hit, so I was only able to be there for about a month and a half. Then we traveled back in March of 2020. Then we kept connections with the coach there. So he told us, if you still want to come back, we have local clubs here that play. We can help you find one. Then it's up to you to convince them to stay through your performances. So once we came back in 2020, I stayed here, played in Rafsa. So if fast forward to September, that's when I moved now to the Netherlands back. I got my study visa to allow me to stay for a very long time, allow me to move within the Netherlands, abroad, Belgium, all those countries. But I studied in the Netherlands. Then in the beginning of 2022, around March, that's when I got my chance to try out at the club I play for, CSV. Luckily it went well. They accepted me, I joined. And yeah, I've just been playing there since then.
What can you say when you compare Kenyan football and Netherlands football?
I'd say Kenyan football, because I can only compare it to where I've played, we do a lot of off-the-ball running, but in Netherlands we do possession-based running. So in the Netherlands you'd spend more time with the ball. They want you to reduce, they tell you make the ball work, not you. So you'd play more passes, and if it's a risky pass, you're told out, if you're going to have 3 risky chances to play a pass, make 1. But the other 2 don't really do it because you're inconveniencing your teammate. But in Kenya we do a lot of high intensity football running, and it's really challenging to shift from that to possession based, because naturally you want to run, maybe outrun another person, but if you do that in the Netherlands, you're doing it without the ball, which is a disadvantage for you. You get tired and you can't do your game. So I'd say Kenya is high intensity running, but Netherlands is possession based.
I think we have many players who are playing abroad.
Yeah.
You be included, but haven't featured in the national team yet. What do you think might be the problem?
I think maybe opportunities, plus also exposure. I feel, especially my generation, what happens is once we reach a certain age, maybe even younger, our parents, the ones who have the ability to, are sent abroad to join a club or join a school that offers football as well. So in that situation, the Kenyan coaches only can pick from the pool of players within Kenya that they can see. But for example, for me, I've never really been seen in those situations where the national team coach can see me, or because immediately I finished Form 4, I've already moved abroad.
Okay.
So I'd say it's exposure and opportunity that is really causing to have situations like mine where you haven't played the national team but you're playing abroad.
Have you ever thought of donning that national team jersey?
Yeah. I think it's every player's, standing there, national anthem, playing for a national team. I think it's a dream. Yeah, it's something I've really thought of doing, and hopefully one day I can.
Okay. So, Jan, you said how your parents have been pushing you to play football and supporting you.
Yeah.
What can you say have been the challenge, the thing that you see have been much challenging to you?
I'd say for me, one particular time was self-belief, because there was a period where I lost all confidence and I didn't believe that I was doing the right thing. So I started doubting whether football was the right path for me, because I felt like I was staying in one position. I wasn't moving up or down, I was just stagnant. And it really affected me to the point where I thought of, telling my dad that there's no need anymore, let's just, pay for school and focus on school only. So definitely I felt that there were others better than me, and because my parents are supporting me, that's the reason I'm getting the chances.
Okay.
So it made me feel that, you're not good enough. The only reason you're here is because of your dad or your mom or something. So until I went to the Netherlands, that's when I realized that you're actually good enough. You had the opportunity, just that luckily for you, your parent was there to support you, but that doesn't mean that you're not good enough. So I say the challenge I faced was definitely self-belief in my end. Yeah.
What about in your team capacity?
Team capacity, I'd say maintaining performances, because now the self-belief led down to poor performances.
Okay.
So I ended up, my performances continued going down and down and down. I was a liability to the team. So it felt that, I'm not helping because I wouldn't run as much as my teammates. I was losing the ball, I wasn't vocal in situations. So it definitely affected my match performance. And I think those coaches at Ligindo Goals spoke to me, because at that time it was around 15, 16. So we had spoke to, my coach at that time was Coach Florence.
Florence Dua.
Florence Odiambo, I think it's Florence, yeah.
Coach Flo.
Yeah, Coach Flo. Yeah, so
his nickname is Dua. He's a legend. She's a legend.
Yeah. She was my coach at Ligue Ndogo.
Ah, nice.
So she spoke to me when we were abroad in those Gothia Cups. She just asking me, if I'm good. And that helps, somebody, it shows you somebody cares and they really care for your performance because it's a team sport. So yeah, I think the poor performances came from that, but with the support, it managed to grow.
Okay. Since you have mentioned about Coach Flo, what can you say about her? She has been here, she has been on this show. Yeah. What can you say about her?
Coach Flo, she changed the way I did, because I used to play in a deeper role in midfield. She really changed how I did it, because I liked running with the ball a lot. But she came, telling you don't have to run. You can just play to your guy. He can give you back, and you've beaten a guy. So Coach Flo definitely impactful in the way I shifted my style of play. She really helped me, confidence-wise. Like I said, she would ask me how I'm doing, and tell me that what you're doing is good, and that helped me shift from confidence growing. I'm now playing more passes to my people, my team, and because I was captain, she tells you speak to your people. If you're losing, speak to them. Even if you're winning, speak to them so that they know that the captain is there. Yeah, so I think she played a really key factor in the way I play football now. She's really important. Yeah.
Jan, did your dad play football?
High school, maybe high school. I don't think he played past high school. I think it was just environmental, high school you play football. But he didn't play at a higher level, no.
So apart from him being your father, have you ever asked yourself, why is he pushing you?
I think it's the way he's viewed his life, because opportunity-wise, he's always told me that, I don't want you to stay here. I want you to do better than me. So growing up, he told me, nobody was telling me could play football. He'd tell himself I can play football, but then you're looking around, not many people are making themselves footballers. You hear of only Europeans or Americans or South Asians doing football. So he was like, I would like my son to become a footballer because it's a possible career path. So that's why he's constantly been pushing me, that he wants to show that even if you go from Kenya, that maybe it's not recognized globally as a footballing nation, you can still make yourself a footballer and succeed and make a wonderful life for yourself. So that's why I think we really do football, we really connect football, both of us. Yeah.
So yeah, you have talked about Kenya. What was the first reaction to your team when you said you are Kenyan?
They were asking me if I do running, if I do athletics, if I do marathon, because
They only thought that
Kenyans run. They only think Kenyans run. I think that's the only thing they do, because I know famous athletes like Kipchoge, they do the marathons, they do the running. So when the first thing they ask you, do you do running? Can you run a marathon, 2 hours? Can you run a marathon in this? So that's the image they have, which I feel like it's now on us to change. That the first question is, do you play football? Do you play another sport? Not just running.
So, what happened when they introduced you to the pitch? After them thinking that you are a runner, what was the impression after you?
I remember one of the teammates there was like, I never expected you to be this good. So it was a nice feeling to be told that, especially after they think you're a runner. So the coach pulled me aside and was like, you've done really well. He apologized that his initial sentiment was that I wasn't gonna be as good as the rest, but he was like, oh yeah, you're really good. We're really pleased with what you're showing. If you can play another game like that, then you're guaranteed to stay here. So because I think the first game I played was a friendly, and I scored in it. So I think that's what showed him that this guy is not actually just another one of those players who comes here for fun. So I think me having a brilliant introduction like that really changed the way they look at it. Yeah.
So what's your vision and what's your mission? Where do you see yourself?
For now, I want to go to the highest level possible for myself in this current situation. Of course, everything is opportunity based and chance, because you need a lot of luck. Maybe this one game there's this big scout who's seen. So my vision is to go up from, because our team plays in Division 4. I want to be in Division 2, you know, in the next maybe 2 years. So that's what I'm really working towards, that I can be there, because once you're within that system, moving up is just an extra step in comparison to what it is now. So yeah, the mission is to really work and get chances to move there. So getting contacts of people in those teams, watching their games, going to their training, seeing if I can join in or something like that. So that's what I really want to do.
Who's your idol?
My idol, I know many people say Messi, but for me it's always been YAYA TOURE. Yeah. He's the first player I really liked watching in the Barca team of 2009, I think. So I really liked him. I've liked his style of play. My majority of what I do nowadays is sourced from him. So yeah, I think my idol will definitely be YAYA TOURE.
So your next YAYA?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Of Kenya, yeah.
Jan,
yeah.
as you finish, there are you say you have your friends, and there are also some fellow youth who are trying it out in sports in general. Talk to them. What do you think they should do?
I tell them, just work smart. Don't feel pressured that, oh, I've not done this or not done that. Just make sure that what you've done that day, you've maximized it completely, because as you could work hard, but maybe it's not destined to happen on that day. Maybe it's destined to happen tomorrow. So if you can just keep your head down, stay focused, and work towards it, you'll always get a chance here, because football is a sport, I think, of a lot of luck. So just work hard, work smart especially, and keep focused, and make sure that you can market yourself to other coaches, some friends. Get as clips as you can so that you can send abroad, but just work smart and stay focused. Yeah, that's what I can tell them.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Anytime. And from today we'll be following up on you.
Okay.
I'll do to see how you're proceeding and everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll also be happy to see you donning that around the stars jersey.
That's a good.
To see the young Kenyan YAYA.
Yeah.
I say. Kwa the next video, mimi naitwa Mikemzea, director wangu anaitwa Jemo. Tukitaka show ndio maskani ambapo unapata story kali kutoka kwa wanasport ambao unawakubali. Au vipi? Kwa the next video.